Alright, back with you now. Flight level 350. We have a couple of company messages. I'll pop up the chat. Looks like Fly Guy booked himself a ticket up to Boston. Outstanding. Turn that down. Alright. So we got a wind data uplink. We're landing 6.0 on the fuel. We'll see how that works. Uplink's inserted. Let's take a look at our trope. We'll go into Bolanta. Take a look at the descent tropopause, which is going to be 452. We got the wind, and we're going to be arriving 21:10, so we'll be arriving just after the hour, so we're going to have to use this. The weather will change on us. So let's go look at the ATSU and see what we've got for gate arrivals 29. They don't use 29 anymore. They use the opposite side, the even side, so we will reassign ourselves to gate 26. Info Sierra, actually going to grab the weather while I'm right here, because we're going to have to use this weather for now. So, Info Sierra, ILS 1. Overcast 5500, no wind. 19 degrees now. So let's do that out, and we'll make an announcement. 9 plus 32, 66 degrees Fahrenheit. And we got overcast. So let's brief the arrival up. Are you ready for the approach briefing?
Ready.
You have control.
I have control.
So setting 3006 here. (130 feet difference). Trying to keep the chat up so I can see it. Alright. Oh, there goes my notebook. So about 20 minutes to top of descent. Okay. Let's do the flight plan part first. I should borrow her. McDo. So flight plan, let's go to plan mode, 40 miles. So we got Wilmington. Tar River VOR. Top of descent, now waves, and clear out the 280. Let's see if there's any ATC. I might pop online. What do we got? No, Jacksonville was on though. Could have had Jax. Isla Cruz, so not worth it popping on then. So we're gonna clear out the 280 here. Insert that. ELAP 280. We're gonna clear that. Insert. You can see she slows down just prior to caps, which is good. I got the constraints on. Hoyas at 9. Decel for Hall, and then down into Katrin. Alrighty then, 3 degrees from bad. Alright, rad navs. Leave Wilmington, we'll tune DCA once we get closer. Progress. 6.0. Looks good there. DCA 01. Performance. Okay. So his chances is going to change. So 3006. 19. Here we are overhead Wilmington now. If I look down, there she is. still see the coastline out that way. So we put 360 at 0. 129 is the VLS, 134 is the VAP. For the ILS runway 1, we'll come up to Navgraph charts. ILS or Loc 1, 3 degree down bubble, 006, batting at 1600 for the glide slope. Go around is to 2200 feet. Sector safe's 2600. 1099 IDCA. And we've got a Cat 1 minimum of 214 feet. So barrel 214. I'll set this up over here now. Alright. A320 tech status good, no TAMs are reviewed, weather is good, no wind, accessibility is fine, runway 01. Extra fuel at destination, we actually should have about 2.8 now. Fuel prediction, 2.4 still extra. Shows us landing 5.9. I imagine that'll come down a little bit. The release has us at 5.4, so we're 500 pounds to the good, which is good considering the fact that we considering the fact that we took off right at takeoff fuel. Top of descent is in 147 miles and just under 20 minutes. Altitude and speed constraints resumed. Sector safe on the arrival to the CAPS 3. For the CAPS 3, excuse me. This and that. So sector safe on the arrival. 2,200 feet to the east. Anything happens, we'll bug out to the east. Work on it over the water. Flips 280 below. Actually flips it. So it'll be for us. It's going to be waves, K-set, ELAP, Bully, Caps, Hoyas, Hall, Katrin. Join the ILS from Katrin. And then once we get to Hall, sector safe's 2,600. So 3,000 for anything we need to do, and a bug out to the east. Altitude and speed constraints are reviewed. It'll be a Cat 1, 1,600 for the final approach fix, 3 degree glide path, 200 and, what did I say, 14? 214. Missed approaches to 2,200 feet. There is no alternate. We will get into DC. Runway data, we don't run on this tail strike. It's at 320. Let's be careful. We'll go reverse max, auto brake low. I'm gonna try brake low because we're only at 134,000 pounds. You know, we got 81, so about 2,000. So we'll be at 132,000 pounds. Fairly light for a 320. We're below max zero fuel. As a matter of fact, landing. Taxi route in will be rolling out on 1, probably November if we can make it. November, if we can't make that, we'll make Sierra, and then we'll go back Juliet. Hopefully we make November Kilo 1 and straight in spot 2, and go on to gate 26, which is here. Right. And then we got the perf, fuel prediction, checked, and secondary. I'm going to copy the active, and we will set up, just in case, visual to 01, and the secondary is a backup. Any questions?
I'm good.
I have control.
You have control.
So that covers the approach briefing. We'll set auto brake low. Right. Good to go. Pop up the arrival here. I'll probably hit the restroom one more time. I'll do an announcement at about 44 to get us to 47. And we shall go from there. Stars up on the chart. Got my water. We probably could have done 39,000 on this flight. Recommended max. Certainly could have done 37. But there's more of a headwind at 37. Which is good because as we go to DC, as we turn from Washington, D.C. down to San Juan, Puerto Rico, we'll be in pretty good shape. I'm actually going to run the numbers on that on SimBrief. Actually, can Volanta do... So I can't plan it now, right? No. So see, this is what I like to be able to do. Like, I can plan a flight now on SimBrief. I can leave my PDF here. I can plot the new flight, which our next one is going to be 1347. So I'm going to go JBU1734. KDCA, TJSJ. Got to take Blue Rico down to her home in Puerto Rico. It's someplace I'd like to go. I've never been. Castillo del Mon. That's an overwater flight, so I'm going to do a cost index of 45 for that one. Auto on the freight. We'll depart 01. Planning on arriving runway 10 at least right now. Extra fuel will be 500 pounds if I can get that to work. What's going on here? There we go. 500. Actually, let's check the weather in DC. Gusty winds. That'll be a good landing for us. Gusty winds from the east. Probably the top end of the trade winds down there. A few 3,500. Plenty of visibility. So, and then St. Thomas. Same thing. Trade winds. Scattered clouds. What's going on with my iPad here? Do I have too much stuff open? Do I need to kill some memory? Oh yeah, there we go. Alright. Right. 1347. Do they arrive 10? Let's see. Check the ATIS for San Juan. 8 and 10. I think 10's the one they usually use. We could try 8. I don't know. Doesn't matter. Amy wanted to Scoob Kemper, Elizabeth City, out over Atlantic Route 8 down to L452 to Sluka Fipec. Let's see what KDCA to TJSJ. Oops, TJSJ. Let's see what they use for routing today. Yeah, looks good. Well, 452 down to Fipec and 355 to Pling, Route 7 to Sailor. So that's good. Plus 5.9. Is there something shorter? 14.2. That's obviously the weather route. Plus 9.0, 5.9, 11.0. Where's that? Oh, J61's gone. That's why. Let's see. BQN. That's not good. There's a Dr. 5 to Agard. I imagine it's probably, yeah, no, 5.9. If we're lucky, we can get it direct down to Oksana. But I imagine probably not for crossing traffic. Yeah, well, I guess you never know. I guess you never know. See, I don't know why they don't take them out to the next. Is that a northbound only? Oh, 453. Or even like Mako. Let's see. 456. Let's see. When in doubt, ask a dispatcher. All right, quick break for. Oops. Quick restroom break before we begin our descent. So I'm told the most optimal routing is almost always L452 down to, I stick the airways in, I'll show you guys. So I plotted the flight to San Juan. If I go map settings and load the nav data in here, give it a second to load. So coming out of DC, we'll come down to Elizabeth City VOR, right? Come down this way to Oksana, and then we'll head down 452. Now the reason they don't pop out is because you've got Marine Corps Cherry Point is like right around here, and then you've got off Virginia Beach, you got Naval Air Station Oceana and the Virginia Beach Naval Air Station Oceana, and there's another one, Pax River, a little further up, Patuxent River. So instead of, they can't, I mean, the optimal way to go would be a straight line out to like this neck of the woods here, Awesome maybe, yeah, Awesome to Bobo, and then come straight down into Puerto Rico, right? So instead, they come down AR8 down this way, and they jump on a Route 7 or Yankee 585, is it? I forget. And they come down into Sailor, Sapo, Parco, Narbo, Elmuck. I think it's this one. At any rate, I'll pop that up once we get into DC. Have the flight plan ready to go. Looks like it's gonna be. I'm gonna go ahead and hit generate now. And we're gonna say it's gonna be a full flight this time. So it looks like 3 hours and 45 minutes. Hopefully I'll be able to finish the flight. Looks like 3 hours and 19 minutes airborne. And it wants to step us to 360 during the way there, so I'm gonna just fix that up. I gotta copy paste that. Hold on a second. Copy, edit, paste. That should do it. Coming up on descent, bottom of the star for us is 9,000 at Hoyas. Gonna preset 9,000. Click it to hundreds. 8 miles to go. So I'm gonna go ahead and make an announcement. Good afternoon, folks from the flight deck. Just about to begin our initial descent into the Washington, D.C. area. Expect to have you on the ground in just about 25 minutes. Should be at the gate inside of 30 minutes. Just about quarter past the hour. As we descend into DC, I'm going to go ahead and turn the seatbelt sign on. Could be a few bumps as we descend in. Current weather in Washington, D.C. Overcast skies at 5,500 feet and some scattered clouds beneath that. Calm wind and 66 degrees Fahrenheit. We'll be arriving to the north, so pretty straight in arrival, and arriving to gate 26, baggage claim number 5, lower level. Thanks again for flying with us on JetBlue. Hope you enjoyed the experience, and welcome to Washington, D.C. The Rust Idle descent. Good afternoon, folks from the flight deck. Just about to begin our initial descent to the Washington, D.C. area. Expect to have you on the ground in just about 25 minutes. Should be at the gate inside of 30 minutes. Just about quarter past the hour. As we descend into D.C., I'm going to go ahead and turn the seatbelt sign on. Could be a few bumps as we descend in. Current weather in Washington, D.C. Overcast skies at 5,500 feet and some scattered clouds beneath that. Calm wind and 66 degrees Fahrenheit. We'll be arriving to the north, so pretty straight in arrival, and arriving to gate 26, 86, baggage claim number 5, lower level. Thanks again for flying with us on JetBlue. Hope you enjoyed the experience, and welcome to Washington, D.C. Aurora cycle descent. Mach descent.
Ladies and gentlemen, the captain has turned on the fasten seatbelt sign. Please return to your seat and fasten your seatbelt. At this time, the washroom facilities will not be available.
Thrust idle.
Check.
You can see we're maintaining about 47% N1 in the descent. We're just slightly under path, 10 feet. We'll bring this into 80 miles now. Transition to speed, and once it came up right here. Hey Minecraft, how are you, buddy? Or Asante? Minecraft. Welcome, my friend, welcome. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to throw them in chat. Actually forgot to share this on Discord. My allergies are kicking in kind of crazy right now. What did I do with my water? Oh, it's alright, I got another one here. So the flight plan is generated for the DC flight. Looks like we'll need 27.6 on the fuel. Taking off at 133.8. Zero fuel weight. Takeoff weight of 160.9. So it'll most likely be a flap 3. If not flap 3 toga. Should throw some extra cargo on there maybe. Can I have the right steps now? Yeah. So this may be the updated ATIS for DC, this company message. Let's see, we got, yeah, Tango. Still 3006, still 19. Alright, so we're good there, right? Alright, beautiful. If I had $1 for every time I flew a flight, and
Cabin
then
crew, prepare for arrival.
and then the QNH changed as I was landing. So Active Sky seems to load the hourly weather at 7 minutes after the hour, almost every time. So that's a prepare for arrival. I'll put my landing system on. Double check 1099 IDCA, front course is 006. Coming in over K-set now, above 17,000. We'll bring this into 40. Let's bring her down to 20. We're getting ready to set QNH. And you'll notice the thrust is now down to 38.9%, so we lost about 10%. Okay, here's 18,000 feet, 2, 3. QNH 3006 set.
3006 set, passing 17,500. Now.
Checked. Approach checklist.
Briefing.
Confirmed.
ECAM status.
Checked.
Seatbelts.
On.
Barrel rest.
3006 set.
3006 set, minimum.
214 feet set.
214 feet set. Engine mode selector.
Normal.
Approach checklist complete.
Should I stick? Let's stick another iPad here, huh? I don't know. I kind of like having this one mobile.
Check.
So I'm not going to add any spoilers just yet. I want to make sure we stay on path here. And we're drifting high of the path already. So we want to get down. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull for 280. And I'm going to put out a little speed brake to get us back on path. We're about 260 feet above 270. You can see that on the progress page here. Not only can I see the donut, you can see progress page. And this is a pitch for speed descent. Except with the managed speed. I'll go ahead and manage it now. So now I've ducked below the path. Kind of tricking Fifi, letting her know what's up. Let her bleed off some of that speed. Thrust idle. And we are in true idle here. So I would have preferred to not use the speed brake, but we're light. And we got a bit of a crosswind, so it's actually giving it's a little push, a little bit of a push, maybe 2 knots. You can see it's just slightly off. It's not completely sideways. As we turn, we'll have more of a tailwind. So now we've gone 480 feet below the path. So I'm gonna go ahead and let her speed up to 255. With the speed brake out, she's going to go ahead and pitch on over now for me. So you can see the flight director there. She's speeding up to catch the path. 270, 260, 240, 230. Look at that. To me, that's got the good haze there. It ain't perfect, but this is the best plane going. This and the Mad Dog. Although you can get the Mad Dog minus a few features in 2020 now. We'll see how the next few months develops and go from there. That's what we'll do. There he is. Hi, Blue. Have you got a toy? You gonna sit on the couch with Mama? Good boy. Hi, Bubs. Good boy. Where's your toy? Is you biting? No bites. Use your toy. Good sit. Good boy. Blue has joined us, and we're back on vertical path now. Coming through 10,000. Just a quick check of the temperature. Total air temperature is 17. We don't need to go with the anti-ice. 20. As you're making the squeakies with your toy. Good boy. Is it Blue got a blue toy? Not my chair. That's 9,000. And we'll say that ATC has now cleared us to speed out start. We'll say now that ATC clears us down to 5,000. So we get a mode reversion. And it's going to go to vertical speed. I'm going to pull for an open descent down to 5,000. Good. Leave it, buddy. Leave it. He's like Steve Irwin with the alligator, if you ever seen him with the chickens. And now we'll say descend to 2,600. 2,600 Blue. And we're going to get the deceleration segment here now, where the Airbus will automatically go into approach mode. So you'll see we're in descent. As soon as we hit this, it's going to change to approach. And the speed will drop. So looks like we're going to hit Katrin, at 2,500. A little bit above path, so I'm going to pull out a little speed brake. So there is an ILS identified. It is not what we're looking for. It's India. There it is. Just switched. Washington was actually running the LDA 19 the other day, and I'm kind of sad I didn't get a chance to take a look-see. So let's get back to 210 and let's get that flap 1 on.
Check.
Start easing up on that speed brake. As soon as I can.
Check.
Hashtag hub view. Flaps 1.
Speed check. Flaps 1.
And I'm going to pull for 210 to keep some energy on the jet. And I'm going to bring the speed brakes back out. Because it's showing that we won't make 2,500 at Katrin. If I go to the prog page now,
check.
We're 680 feet high, so we need to go downhill relatively fast here. I'm going to go ahead and on the localizer, because we should join that at Hall. Or somewhere between Hall and Katrin.
Check.
And you can hear Blue in the background, giving us a piece of his mind.
Check.
There we go, coming out of its side stick cams coming on.
Check.
Lokestar.
Check.
ease up on the hockey stick. You can see right there they're down, right? Glide blue, Cat 3 dual, AP 1+2. Cat 3 dual.
Check.
A3, AP 1+2. Autopilot 1+2. Cat 3 dual.
Check.
So the approach is now armed. I'm going to drop us to 190 S speed. I'm actually just going to manage the speed here. It'll slow the descent until it captures the glide path, but I'm looking to be flap 2. Before we catch that glide. Flaps 2.
Speed checked. Flaps 2.
Okay, here comes flap 2. I'm gonna pull for 170 to Baden. Glide star.
Check.
Hazy in DC today. Feet on the pedals. The city's loading in. You can kind of see why they're doing the
Check.
ILS. And we should have updated weather here momentarily. Let's see if we can get the updated weather. Yep. Everything's the same.
We've now begun our initial descent. Please remain seated with your seatbelts fastened for the remainder of the flight and begin ramping up use of laptops and devices of similar size as in just a few minutes we'll
You
be
can see that
asking you to store
field
the
auto gen loading in.
If you have
Check.
completed a JetBlue card application, we'll be coming to the cabin to collect it for secure processing.
And let's fly.
As part of our commitment to safety from the ground up, we clean and disinfect our
Manual
plane
flight.
between each flight. Please do your part by checking around your seat and in the seat back pocket for items you wish to discard and hand them to us as they pass through the
Missed
cabin.
approach altitude is 2,200 feet. And we're doing about 900 feet down a minute right now to stay on
Check.
the glide slope. At 174 knots over the ground.
2,500.
9 miles out. Man, that city looks like dog poo.
Check.
Behind the clouds. And I'm looking for 7 miles is when I usually like to configure. Wind's light and variable. 2 and 2 I see. Did he mess up the side stick cam again? No. Alright, we're good. And there's just under 7 miles. Gear down. Gear down.
Gear down.
Flaps 3.
Speed check. Flaps 3. Passing final. Approach fixed. 1600 feet.
Flaps full.
Speed check. Flaps full.
Landing checklist.
Cabin crew.
Advised.
Auto thrust.
Speed.
Auto brake.
Low.
ECAM memo.
Landing. No blue.
Landing checklist complete.
get spooled up by 1,000 feet here. Here comes the power. It's a little slow. Hey, there's the city.
1,000.
Stable.
Check. 1,000.
Approaching 0, 1.
Clear to land.
Check.
Take off light on, please.
500.
If anything, I'm looking at trend low here. Flight director's off, bird on.
400. 300. 100 above.
100 above.
200. Minimum.
Continue.
Check.
100. 50. 40. 30. 20. Retard. Retard.
Spoilers. Reverse
That was a
green.
smash.
Decel.
I wanted a little bit more pull, but I'll tell you, whatever that landing rate was, I'm happy with that.
3.
Get you guys a
70
little
knots.
Remaining.
reverse action, manual braking. Oof. Ouch. 381. Firm. What are my frames doing here? 20. I gotta just bite the bullet and reinstall. Okay, 3 minutes on the clock. I waited just a touch too long. After landing checklist.
Flaps.
Retracted.
Spoilers.
Disarmed.
APU.
Start.
Radar.
Off.
Predictive wind shear system.
Off.
After landing checklist complete.
I used to get so many more frames here. I'd get like 40. I don't know if it's because I'm streaming or not. 159 en route. So we touched down at 133, so we were 1 knot off our ref, but really can't complain at that. I think I have to uninstall DC and reinstall it. Maybe dynamic. Do I have dynamic reflections on medium? Let's double check that real quick. Live graphics. I mean, look at that. that. There's no real difference from high to ultra, right? Now, to me, I think, to be honest with you, to me, right, I think that almost looks the best. These two, off and low. Because you got PBR there. I mean, it's not doing the dynamic of the clouds, but I don't know. And it seems to me that we just picked up, maybe we picked up a frame or two. Taxi light off, please. Taxi light off. We did not pick up any frames here. I think I gotta just update GSX and fix a few things. It's 2 hours and 12 minutes on the blocks.
Cabin crew doors to manual and cross-check.
We'll go belts and beacons. There's the ground power. Just waiting for the door to open for the end time. And we'll send that off. 5.6 remaining, and if we recall, our briefing had us for 5.4. So we can complete that now, and let's review. All right. A cars, 381. Pitch 7. I didn't feel like I came up that high. Interesting. Let's see what the G-force was.
Bye-bye.
So fairly straight in. Landed a little short. 1.11 G though. They barely felt that. So I'm happy with that landing. Real happy with that approach and landing. Perfectly happy. Let's just turn that off so I can think. Take a look at the approach report. And then get refueled. Met, stable, stable. Firm landing, right? Pitch 7. And I know I was bang on center line there. There's nothing you can say. So that was a manual flight all the way down. And then look there, right? The pull, it was a constant flare pull. So maybe I did yank it just a little too much. I didn't futz it. It's on the other side here. This part isn't good. I left the thrust in just a little bit. You can see a kind of a, yeah. But this is what you want, man. You fly it down to the runway. Steady flare pull. I let off of it a little bit, and that pitch went right up to 7. Wow. Look at this pitch. It's closer to 5. Wait. Second line there? I guess it was 7. Excuse me. Interesting. So high pitch on the landing. All right, from DC.